Book of Proverbs, chapter 19, and verse 12. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaRashai, Wahara Kakodash, of honors to the elders, and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the whole elect of the nation of Israel. Scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen, beginning with the 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. Real quick, got two videos concerning this right here. FBI. This right here is last hour. The FBI sending 120 agents into DC streets as Trump targets carjacking and crime in the Capitol. Right? So they send the agents into DC because of a few incidences concerning the individual that supposedly got attacked. That used to work for Doge, I believe, and a couple of Jewish people that got attacked in the past. And in the video, you can hear them just call out some few incidences. All right, but we got another video. I think she's the mayor, and she brought up statistics on how DC crime rate is decreasing. So I should say has been decreasing since 2023. But Trump said he wanted to be the safest place to walk because it's the Capitol. Right? So you should ask yourself, if the rates has been dropping for the past 2 years, why not let the local police handle it instead of sending the FBI agents, right? Now, I believe they're going to stay. Now, in the video, it's going to say if they're only expected to stay there for 7 days, but I just can't, that's just me. I just can't see Trump sending these agents, these FBI there for 7 days. And if crime has decreased within 7 days, then they might pull him back. I mean, I just can't see it just for 7 days. That's just me. I believe they're going to keep him there. But we know eventually these agents or troops or officers, FBI agents, but soon to be troops, are going to be in all major cities. All right? Well, all cities. All right? Patrolling because of the chaos. So really what we're seeing is what's about to happen very soon. So I want to get a scripture real quick. The book of Lamentation, just like the Babylonians besieged Jerusalem, and they set up a siege on the outside of Jerusalem, and what was in every corner. A southern kingdom couldn't go nowhere. And the Syrians were there. All right, they were there. All right, and that's the same thing that's going to happen this time. All right, now like I said, I don't see Trump pulling back these FBI agents. He could, but again, we know eventually they're going to be in all cities. All right, because of violence and chaos, and they're not going to pull him back then. All right, you know, most definitely once that happens, they're not going to pull him back. But let's get this real quick. Lamentation chapter 4, and let's start at 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help, and our watching, we watch for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets, and our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointing of the Lord Yahweh Shema was taken in their pits. of whom we said under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Now these troops are for the 2/3. All right, you get that Romans 13. Okay, but hey, they're going to patrol. These troops eventually are going to patrol all streets. All right, and they're going to be lurking. So everywhere you go, they're going to be there. All right. Hey, let's get 2 scriptures. You know we always get. Let's get because of the chaos, we know that eventually they're gonna be there forever. All right, my fault. So this is an example of what's about to happen very soon because it's gonna get very chaotic. I believe this chaos is really gonna kick off this year. All right, before the year's out. These last few months of this year. All right, especially when the tariffs really start kicking in around the 4th quarter of this year. It's about another month. All right. 2 Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You see? Checkpoints, curfews, lockdowns, troops or agents in the streets. But because of the pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, men shall be afraid. So you see, there's going to be chaos going on. All right? You get 2 Esdras 16 and verse let's see, verse. Let's search the house with the sword. I always forget what that scripture is. Verse 31. It says, even so in those days, the Wadi Al-Bashimah Shah, 2 Esdras 16:31, even so in those days, what days? The evil times, when all hell break loose, when the troops is out. Even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search the houses with the sword. So the 3 or 4 that's being left are the people. All right? Left 3 or 4 shall be left by them that search the house with the sword. And that them that search the house with the swords are troops with guns, agents with guns. All right? Read that in the GNT. Okay? So that's 2 scriptures to let you know right there. So prophecy, prophecy stands supreme. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai going to play out. So eventually, these agents of troops, whatever they can have out there, are going to be patrolling the streets, and it's not going to be any pulling them back. All right? Because, hey, again, they got them out there in D.C. Now, it's only 120, but they got them out there to what? To control the chaos. All right? Now, also, Trump also want the homeless people off the streets in D.C. He want them off the streets everywhere, but he most definitely want them up out of D.C. And let's play that real quick. It says Trump demands homeless immediately move out of D.C. to make nation's capital more beautiful. You see, we're gonna play that, but let's get the scripture real quick. Wisdom Solomon 2 and 10. It says, let us, the us is Esau. This is Esau speaking. Or should I say, it's, you know how this King Solomon talking, but hey, he's speaking from the point of Esau. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. That's the elderly. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. You see? For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Right, the disabled, the homeless, those who can't provide for themselves, okay? Those who are less fortunate. You see that? And I believe Trump talking about locking them up now. I could be wrong, but I believe he's pushing that. You could double check that. Let's play this joint.
Say hello to summer and big savings. Save 20, 30, even up to $50 on sunny day, vacay-ready jewelry. JTV. If you love jewelry, you'll love us.
Okay, watch
Back
out.
to their country with a pass back in legally, and we're doing things that are very difficult to do and very complex, but it works really well. We're sending them back, and then they're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on, but we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody, these people, you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They're just not doing that work. And they've tried, we've tried, everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. I said, what happens if they get it to a farmer the other day? What happens if they get a bad back? He said, they don't get a bad back, sir, because if they get a bad back, they die. I said, that's interesting, isn't it? These are very, in many ways, they're very, very special people. Okay, go ahead.
No, okay, so.
Oh, my fault. That ain't it. I mean, just the article, but I want to play the clip when he said that. But they were just talking about the Northern Kingdom being farmers, so he just said, hey, they natural born slaves. But let me get this clip real quick. Hold on. Why they have my shot? Here it is.
Donald Trump wants to evict the homeless from Washington, D.C. The US president published photos of homeless camps in the Capitol on his Truth Social account, warning they'll need to move out ahead of a major announcement on crime tomorrow. He said on Truth this morning, the homeless have to move out immediately. We'll give you places to stay, but far from the Capitol. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong. It's all going to happen very fast, just like the border, he said. We went from millions pouring in to zero in the last few months. This will be easier. Be prepared. There will be no Mr. Nice Guy. We want our capital back, is what the president said this morning.
You see that? And it's deeper than the Capitol. All right? Remember, they want to make America great again. They want to make America safe again. They want to clean up all of America. Remember, the troops are being set out, or the agents being set out to combat the chaos. All right? Now let's play this clip right here first, so we get that drawn out of the way. Yeah. Let's play this first. Excuse the commercial, y'all. This one come up.
Start things off this hour with the Fox 5 News Alert as the president delivering on his promise to increase federal law enforcement in the district.
The White House announcing last night that starting at midnight, more agents and officers would be visible across D.C. Our Melanie Alnwick joining us live from Union Station this morning with the latest details. Mel, how's it looking out there? Yeah, to be honest, it hasn't really been that much. We're seeing a few additional police vehicles like the one here at Union Station. It's Amtrak police. They actually have two cars here out in front with the lights going on and to let people know that they're here and they're visible. But it's Union Station. Amtrak police have jurisdiction here anyway. We're not really seeing these large groups of federal officers from other states or agencies not familiar with the city stationed around. That's just not what it looks like so far today. Let's show you, though, a tweet from ATF. I say tweet, I mean a post on X. ATF Washington, they were out on D.C. streets starting at midnight. This was posted at 1:48 this morning, showing them on Quebec Place. And they essentially said that we're working with our federal law enforcement partners out ensuring the residents of the District of Columbia are safer this evening. Now, we do know some of the other agencies involved in this are Capitol Police, Homeland Security, Federal Protective Services, DEA, FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, U.S. Park Police, all agencies that have had some cooperation and collaboration in Washington, D.C. to begin with. Now, the White House said the surge is necessary because of, quote, out-of-control violent crime plaguing D.C., citing the following examples. The murder of 2 Israeli staffers in May, the teen takeovers at U Street and Navy Yard, organized retail thefts in Georgetown, the shooting deaths of 17-year-old Zoe Kelly Hickman, 3-year-old Honesty Cheadle, and 21-year-old Hill intern Eric Tarpinian Yakum in July, and the assault of former Doge staffer Edward Korstein in an attempted carjacking last weekend. Now, according to the White House, the federal officers, they say, will be in marked units, highly visible and identified. They will be detailed to what they say are high-traffic tourist areas and other known hotspots, and the increased federal presence is expected to last for 7 days, but could be extended if necessary.
You see that? Expected to last 7 days, but could be extended if necessary. Now, I don't see Trump talking about, the crime rate so bad. I just because the troops, I keep saying troops, the agents are there and they're making themselves visible. Just in 7 days, come on, man. Like I said, I just can't see them just stopping after 7 days, man. That's just me. They could, but we read the prophecy what's eventually going to happen. All right. Now let's get this right here. It's concerning the same thing. This is another video. Let's turn that to the side.
President Trump has increased federal law enforcement in the nation's capital, but some are pushing back against the crackdown and a new announcement expected from President Trump tomorrow. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Tonight, the nation's capital is bracing for a new announcement from President Trump. The White House plans to hold a press conference tomorrow that Trump says would essentially stop violent crime in D.C. It's not clear what Trump is planning, but it comes after he ordered the deployment of federal law enforcement agents to patrol the city. The ATF and U.S. Park Police are among the agencies posting photos on social media of agents out in the city. Last night, D.C. police say they arrested a minor for allegedly firing a gun towards a crowd in the busy Navy Yard neighborhood. No one was injured.
We have a capital that's very unsafe. We're going to do something about it.
For years, Trump has criticized Washington, D.C. as unsafe and dangerous. This week, he suggested the federal government could take over the city after a government staffer who used to work for Elon Musk was attacked in an attempted carjacking, according to authorities.
This has to be the best run place in the country. You're going to be safe walking down the streets. You're not going to get mugged.
While Washington was one of America's deadliest cities in 2023, violent crime has been down for 2 straight years, hitting a 30-year low in January. Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser is pushing back on the president's claims.
If the priority is to show force in an American city, we know he can do that here. But it won't be because there's a spike in crime.
Lindsay, the president has also floated sending the National Guard to fight crime in D.C. Mayor Bowser says federal resources would be better used to hire more prosecutors and judges. Lindsay?
Christiane, thank you.
You hear that? So they say, hey, crime rate is at its lowest in the past 30 years, man. Trump want to have them agents out there. So you see, hey, we can sit back and see how this play out, but again, we know eventually these troops, due to chaos, agents, troops, whatever, are eventually going to be patrolling the streets everywhere, man. All right, everywhere. And just a quick report through the spirit of prayer, how about Shema Shah. Keep the hopeful elect tuned in with the news. Stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema Shah. Shalom.